The Marine Corps Security Force Regiment is a dedicated security and anti-counter-terrorism unit of the United States Marine Corps. It provides security forces to guard high-value naval installations, most notably those containing nuclear vessels and weapons. It also provides fleet anti-terrorism security teams and recapture tactics teams. Marines who complete security force training are assigned a secondary military occupational specialty of 8152, while instructors can earn 8153. History: the unit was initially organized as the Marine Detachment, Naval Operation Base in 1920. It was redesignated as Marine Barracks, Norfolk in 1939. During World War II, Marines from the Norfolk Barracks provided security for several commands in the Tidewater area, including the Naval Station, Naval Air Station, and Naval Fuel Annex at Craney Island, and what is now Naval Amphibious Base Little Creek. In addition, the barracks acted as the processing center for transient Marines on the East Coast. In addition to providing gate security for the Norfolk Naval Base Complex and a security force for a nearby service storage facility, Barracks Marines also served as ceremonial troops and provided security at the headquarters of United States Atlantic Fleet and provided administrative support to Marines stationed in various naval commands in Norfolk area. The barracks was redesignated as Marine Corps Security Force Battalion, Atlantic, on April 1, 1987, and exercised administrative control over security force companies and detachments afloat in the Atlantic region. The first fast companies were established that same year to provide a more mobile force. On December 16, 1993, the battalion was again redesignated as Marine Corps Security Force Regiment and assumed control of all security force companies and detachments globally. In 1998, numerous companies and detachments were deactivated due to force reductions and realignments. 2 fast companies were established to take their place. Units: active, Headquarters Company, Naval Station Norfolk, Norfolk, Virginia. Newport News, Virginia, Training Company, Naval Support Activity Hampton Roads, Northwest Annex, Chesapeake, Virginia, Battalion at Naval Base Kitsap, Bangor Trident Base, Washington, Battalion at Naval Submarine Base Kings Bay, Georgia, Company at Guantanamo Bay Naval Base, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, Company A, Camp Allen, Norfolk, Virginia, Company B, Naval Weapons Station Yorktown, Virginia, Company C, Camp Allen, Norfolk, Virginia, Fast Company Central, Naval Support Activity Bahrain, Manama, Bahrain, Fast Company Europe, Naval Station Rota, Spain, Fast Company Pacific, United States Fleet Activities Yokosuka, Japan, inactive. Naval Station Mare Island, California. Fast Company Pacific, Naval Air Station Patuxent River, Lexington Park, Maryland, Naval Air Station Keflavik, Iceland, Naval Computer and Telecommunications Station Naples, Italy, Detachment to Naval Support Activities Suda Bay, Crete, Greece. Naval Activities United Kingdom, London, United Kingdom, Naval Security Group Activities Arbana Sakak, Puerto Rico, Naval Station Subic Bay, Olongapo, Philippines, Concord Naval Weapons Station, Concord, California. Fleet Anti-Terrorism Security Team Companies. The Fleet Anti-Terrorism Security Team Companies are capable of rapidly deploying to immediately improve security at United States government installations worldwide. Established in 1987, Fast companies provide a limited-duration, expeditionary security force to protect vital naval and national assets. Fast maintains forward-deployed platoons at various naval commands around the globe, and possesses U.S.-based alert forces capable of rapidly responding to unforeseen contingencies worldwide. Each Fast company is equipped and trains with some of the most state-of-the-art weaponry and currently consists of around 500 Marines. Fast companies maintain a high degree of readiness in order to conduct these short-notice, limited-duration contingency operations. The USMC's FAST companies provide both the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps with a dedicated force protection and anti-terrorist unit. The late 70s and early 80s were a high watermark for U.S. military counter-anti-terrorist efforts. A series of deadly attacks directed at Americans highlighted the requirement for security forces capable of countering terrorist threats against military units. The President issued a directive ordering U.S. security agencies and all branches of the military to enhance their capabilities in this field. In compliance with this directive, the USMC conducted a thorough evaluation of its security forces during the mid-80s. Upon the study's completion, the Corps came to the conclusion that its current security procedures were inadequate to handle the security threats being posed against it. The Corps decided to form a new unit of highly trained Marines dedicated to defending both U.S. Navy and Marine Corps assets from terrorist attack. The new unit was designated as the Fleet Anti-Terrorism Security Team, or FAST. Established in 1987, FAST companies are equipped to perform security missions as directed by the Chief of Naval Operations. FAST company Marines augment installation security when a threat condition is elevated beyond the ability of resident and auxiliary security forces. They are not designed to provide a permanent security force for the installation. The Marine Corps uses FAST companies to protect forces when a threat level requires it. Each company is well grounded in basic infantry skills. FAST companies are primarily designed to conduct defensive combat operations, military security operations, and rear area security operations. They also can be tailored for specific tasks from the Chief of Naval Operations. They also ensure nuclear material on submarines is not compromised when the vessels are docked. Dedicated, armed, combat-trained cadre, task-organized and equipped to perform security missions of short duration, augment installation security when the threat condition has been elevated beyond the capability of the permanent security force, train installation security forces in anti-terrorism and weapons marksmanship, assist the base security officer in the preparation of base defense and other security plans, requested by combatant and fleet commanders-in-chief, deploy only upon approval of the Chief of Naval Operations. Since their inception, FAST company Marines have seen a heavy operations tempo, being deployed to participate in numerous training, security, and combat operations. In 1989, elements of 1st FAST were deployed to Rodman Naval Station, Panama as a response to a number of incursions by unknown intruders. The intruders were believed to be members of a Cuban Special Operations Unit who were attempting to sabotage U.S. POL stockpiles located on the base. 1 FAST immediately commenced operations, conducting security patrols around the base perimeter, and establishing ambush positions along known avenues of approach. The FAST Marines were successful in deterring further incursions, and on a number of occasions they took intruders, attempting to gain entry to the base, under fire. On December 21, 1989, the U.S. launched Operation Just Cause, the invasion of Panama. U.S. forces were to secure the country and remove Panamanian military strongman, and the country's de facto leader, from power. Although primarily a U.S. Army and Special Operation Forces mission, a select number of USMC units were to participate. One of the USMC units selected for the operation was 1st FAST Company. 1st FAST had been operating in Panama for some time, providing security at U.S. naval installations, conducting training exercises, and gearing up for any possible terrorist attack directed at USMC or USN facilities in Panama. 1st FAST along with a detachment formed the 2nd Light Armored Infantry Battalion, another new USMC unit, were to conduct several joint combat missions together. The 2nd LAIDET provided speed, armored protection, and heavy firepower, while 1 FAST provided CQB skills necessary for operating in the tight confines of an urban environment. During Operations Desert Storm and Desert Shield, FAST Marines provided additional security to U.S. naval installations in Bahrain. In January 1991, the U.S. Navy and Marines conducted Operation Sharp Edge, the non-combatant evacuation operation of U.S. and foreign nationals from Liberia. FAST was deployed to relieve the Marine Amphibious Readiness Group that was providing security at the U.S. Embassy in Monrovia, Liberia. Shortly after the conclusion of Vigilant Warrior, UCENTCOM found itself involved once again in Somalia, this time to cover the withdrawal of UNOSOM II in accordance with the United Nations decision to pull its forces out of that war-ravaged country. After the withdrawal of U.S. forces on March 25, 1994, the United States maintained a liaison office in Mogadishu in an attempt to further the process of political reconciliation in Somalia. Security for this office was provided by a Fleet Anti-Terrorist Security Team platoon. As conditions in Mogadishu deteriorated, the liaison office relocated to Nairobi and the FAST platoon redeployed to Mombasa, Kenya, on September 15, 1994, with FAST redeploying to home station 3 days later. FAST platoons also provided security support for the transfer of Cuban migrants from Panama holding areas to Guantanamo Bay during Operation Safe Passage from January to February 1995. Following the 1996 bombing of a UASF barracks in Saudi Arabia, FAST Marines responded. Elements of FAST Company arrived on the scene and secured several buildings within 10 hours. During Operation Fairwinds in late 1996, FAST platoons provided security for Navy Seabees and USAF civil engineers, work sites, campsites, and convoys in Haiti. There are currently 3 FAST companies in the U.S. and a training company. Companies A and C are located on Naval Station Norfolk, Virginia, and Company B, which is located at Naval Weapons Station Yorktown, Virginia. These companies operate under the control of the Marine Corps Security Force Regiment located on Naval Air Station, Norfolk, Virginia. The Security Force Regiment Training Company is located on Naval Support Activity Hampton Roads, Northwest Annex, in Chesapeake, Virginia. Each company includes almost 400 Marines, task-organized based upon mission. All Marines assigned to FAST must have completed the following training: SOI. Security Force School teaches combat marksmanship, room clearing, etc. FAST Training, NSA Northwest, Chesapeake, Virginia, additional training in advanced urban combat. During their many training exercises, FAST makes extensive use of simunition or UTM. Simunition and UTMs are like paintball ammunition, but it can be fired from weapons normally used by the unit instead of plastic guns. The USMC has seen fit to equip its FAST units with a wide array of weapons and equipment to help them accomplish their mission. The FAST unit's arsenal is known to include M4A1 rifles, M4A1 per meter 203 40mm grenade launchers, modified M14 rifles with specialized stocks to make them designated marksman rifles or enhanced marksman rifle, Beretta M9A1 9mm pistols, Remington 870 shotguns, Benelli M1014 semi-automatic shotgun, M249 5.56mm squad automatic weapons, M240B 7.62mm MMGs, Browning .50 calories. HMGs, MK 1940mm HMGs. All these weapons can at any time be outfitted with the most advanced optics known today like ACOG, EOTech, aimpoint, various PEQ laser systems and night vision scopes. Almost all of FAST Company mission are unknown except from the members of that platoon, but FAST's most recent mission that was known around the world and caught media attention was on September 12, 2012. A FAST team was sent to Libya in response to the 2012 U.S. consulate attack in Benghazi. The FAST Marines were from Europe Rota, Spain. Recapture Tactics Team. The Recapture Tactics Team or RTT specializes in SWAT procedures without having to be Military Police Special Reaction Team trained, as the 2 weeks of Army SRT school is not seen as being adequate to their mission profile. RTT units are attached to nuclear weapon stations aboard U.S. naval installations and do not deploy. Whereas FAST platoons deploy to areas in need of naval security operations, RTT has no need to deploy because they are already prepositioned in the appropriate strategic locations where they are most needed. Marines assigned to naval nuclear weapons stations are given an opportunity, if the Marine Command allows them, to try out for a TT, which is colloquially referred to within the nuclear commands as simply CQB platoon, or just CQB. Typically, only a small fraction of the Marines who are permitted to try out for CQB platoon are actually selected from the grueling 2-week selection process. Those who are selected then have a tactical spin-up in which the CQB platoon's current operators help to get the newly selected candidates ready for the third hardest tactical school in the United States Marine Corps. If they successfully complete spin-up, and an alternate is chosen in one of their places, the RTT candidates then report to USMC CQB school where they undergo an intensive 7-week advanced combat marksmanship and dynamic assault course, during which, in extremis hostage rescue and counter-nuclear proliferation are heavily emphasized. The Marines learn to violently recapture, and take back by force, United States personnel and property that has been stolen or otherwise compromised. If they pass the nearly 2-month-long USMC CQB school they have officially earned the 8154 MOS, and they then go back to their Naval Nuclear Weapons Command where they spend several more weeks getting broken in by the platoon as new operators. Upon successfully completing that phase, the candidates are formally admitted onto the Recapture tactics team as shooters. All RTT shooters must attend the following schools to obtain the appropriate certifications: Marine Corps Basic Training, 13 weeks long, Marine Corps School of Infantry, Infantry Training Battalion, 9 weeks long, Basic Security Guard, 7 weeks long, Close Quarter Battle School, 7 weeks long, and are eligible to attend the following courses, pending their command's approval: Designated Marksman Course, Methods of Entry or MOE, High-Risk Personnel also known as Executive Protection, similar to Protective Services Detail, the military version of federal law. Enforcement Training Center, Inter-Service Non-Lethal Individual Weapons Instructor Course and Other Riot Control Techniques, Helicopter and Rope Suspension Techniques Master Course also known as HRST Special Operations Training Group East. This course focuses on how to properly rappel down structures and out of helicopter, fast rope out of helicopter, use special purpose insertion and extraction SPIE rigging and how to rig these systems to an aircraft with the proper gear for safe tactical operations. However, this is not in the pipeline fashion, as it is with other specialty units. RTT receives the on-job training needed after going to CQB school, before going to the other schools listed. Once formally trained in CQB school, they receive the MOS 8154. The Marine Corps Security Forces Close Quarters Battle Teams go to various installations as mobile training teams to teach CQB to units such as but are not limited to, Military Police Special Reaction Teams, other military branches, and law enforcement organizations. See also, 43 Commando Fleet Protection Group Royal Marines, Marine Security Guard, Office of Secure Transportation, TORIR. References. This article incorporates public domain material from websites or documents of the United States Marine Corps. External links, profile at globalsecurity.org, MCOP 1326.6 Deselecting, Screening, and Preparing Enlisted Marines for Special Duty Assignments and Independent Duties, Marine Corps Enlisted Job Descriptions, MOS 8154 Marine Corps Security Force Close Quarters Battle Team on About.com, SpecialOperations.com's USMC Fleet Antiterrorism Security Team page, Fast Company entry at globalsecurity.org, Rowe, Charles W. FAST is the way to go. The Gun Digest Book of Assault Weapons, 3rd edition. Jack Lewis, ed. Northbrook, Illinois, DBI Books, 1993. ISBN 0-87349-139-4.